Sri Lanka's president vows to give up most of his executive powers, but stops short of resigning over the country's economic crisis. In the U.S., Republican senators block a Democrat bill which aimed to preserve women's right to abortion nationwide. It was put to a vote ahead of a key Supreme Court ruling. Shanghai residents face more COVID-19 restrictions as China tries to crush an outbreak. Millions have now been locked in their homes for 7 weeks.
We are restricted on the food we can get over the next few days. No commercial deliveries, no group buys, just government-approved food deliveries. There's also further restrictions on access to the hospitals.
Try to hold the wings level and see if you can start descending for me.
And a passenger with no idea how to fly is given instructions to land a plane in Florida after the pilot fell ill. And Hong Kong police have arrested one of the most senior members of the Catholic Church, Cardinal for breaking China's national security law. The 90-year-old cleric is a long-standing critic of the Beijing government. He was arrested for being a trustee of a now disbanded organization that helped activists in Hong Kong with legal and medical bills. Other trustees were also taken in for questioning. The number of civilians killed in Yemen has halved since a UN-brokered ceasefire in the country came into force in early April. The Norwegian Refugee Council said there were 95 deaths in April compared to over 200 the month before. The UN estimates that Yemen's 7-year war between Iranian-backed Houthi rebels and pro-government Saudi-led forces has claimed around 380,000 lives. An investigation ordered by the U.S. Interior Department has uncovered historical abuse of Native American children at boarding schools, including more than 50 burial sites. The report said that until the late 1960s, Native American children were forced to live in brutal conditions at schools run by the government or by churches. Survivors and relatives of people who died when an apartment block collapsed in the U.S. state of Florida are to receive just under $1 billion in compensation. Nearly 100 people were killed when the building at Surfside near Miami came down last June.
Straight into your
Google has announced a big expansion of its Google Translate service, adding 24 new languages. The latest additions range from Mizo in northeast India to Lingala, which is spoken across Central Africa. Google says it has used a new translation technology which can learn a language based on just a few paragraphs of text.
Let's bring you the news that North Korea has confirmed its first official COVID infections and, as a result, has ordered a strict national lockdown.
State media is reporting an outbreak in the capital, Pyongyang, but hasn't confirmed the number of cases. The country has no vaccination program, despite being offered AstraZeneca jabs and China's Sinovac vaccine.